Hi, Democles Rocha here. If you would like to have a free lesson on Cambly just like the one you are about to watch, check out the first link in the description. Now, let's get to the video. First, I would like to see if you can guess and type the word that I pronounce, okay? Slinking. Yes, that's what I pronounced. So I pronounced it right, or at least close enough.
Yes, you pronounced it exactly right, slinking.
He was trying to sell a house and he got an offer and he refused because it was too low for his standards. He wouldn't sell the house for that price. But then few months later, he hadn't sold the house yet. So he decided to call that person again who made an offer for the first time. And now they were offering $10,000 less than the first time. The person who was offering the money, he said, "I knew you would come slinking back."
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
Can I replace slinking with crawling?
Exactly how I was going to describe it. I was going to say, it's like, I knew you would come crawling back to me, begging me. Yes. In this context, yeah, it's the same thing as like crawling back to me. Here's a way to explain it. For example, a dog does something wrong. Maybe they bite at you and you say, "No, what are you doing?" And they get very upset and they will walk away. They will look very sad and they will slink away. They walk in this certain kind of way where they look guilty and they're walking very slowly, very carefully. This is like a slinking walk.
This word is reminding me right now of that other word, and you tell me if I'm right, for that toy. What is that toy again? That it's like something.
Yep. It's called a slinky.
Ah, it's a slinky.
Yes. Slinky is also, maybe you've heard this, it's also a word that describes a woman who is very graceful or has like a nice figure. If there's a woman who is slinky, yeah, she's very graceful. So it also has that meaning as well.
So you say slinky is related more to the way the woman maybe walks or behaves than to her appearance?
So actually, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you this. The original meaning of the word slinky is very graceful in movement or in figure. So this would be more how the woman behaves, her figure, the way that she moves. But the meaning has kind of changed. And if I heard someone say, "Oh, that woman is very slinky," the modern meaning of it is she looks trashy, like sexy, but like in a bad way, like not good.
Okay, it's important that I know that.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing to tell you. I know what the original definition is, and it's a good thing. It means that you're very graceful and you're very beautiful and you have a nice figure. But for some reason, the word has been perverted a little bit, the meaning, and a slinky woman is not really a good thing.
It's interesting. That reminds me of a situation like that happened in Portuguese.
Yeah.
There is a word that if you go to Portugal, you can be called that and it will be normal. People might call you rapariga because that is a word for a young female, and that's okay. But if you come to Brazil and people call you rapariga, that has a completely different meaning. That would mean a prostitute.
Yes. Okay. Pretty much the same with slinky. Like if someone looks slinky, they look like a prostitute. So it's okay. Interesting. It's kind of the same way.
Yes. So
there you go. You understand. I would just steer clear of this word. Just don't describe women with this word.
Okay. I won't use it. It's interesting that I know because that helps me understand more. If this video is being helpful to you, hit the like and share. It might be helpful to others. So for the next one, and I will try to pronounce again. You type, you tell me what you understood.
Okay.
Attic.
Ooh, it sounds like you said two words, but I assume you said this one.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yes. It also sounded almost exactly like you said this word.
Really? So different?
Oh, do you think it's different? Okay.
One is attack, and the other is static.
I know that. It sounded similar because we get lazy and we say attack, attack. So when you said attic, I don't know, it sounds similar when you said it. It doesn't sound similar when I say it. I promise, okay?
Okay. For this, I know what it means. It's not that I want to know about your specific house, but just like, we don't have that here.
Really?
At least not in Ceará, or basement. We don't have attic, and we don't have a basement. And we also do not usually have water heater. You say water heater? We don't have that. Because it's so hot here all the time. If we could afford, maybe we'd have something like a water cooler.
There you go. Something to cool it off a little more. I like that. I know you didn't ask about my house, but I will tell you anyways. We definitely have an attic. And if a house doesn't have an attic, it's like a really big con to the house. If you're shopping for a house, if you don't have attic space, oh, no, thank you. We don't want that. But basements, that just depends on where you live in the US. Because, for example, I live in an area that has a lot of hills. And because of this, a lot of houses are built on uneven ground. So one side of the house, you know, if there's a hill like this side of the house has a lot more house. And you have to have a basement space that you can only access from inside the house. Sometimes you can access it from outside. But usually you only see basements when there's a lot of hills.
Very interesting. Do people use attics mostly just to keep stuff that they don't want around the house?
Pretty much. That's what I do. That's what we've always done. My clothes for the summer, I will put in the attic during the winter, and vice versa for the summer. And then all of my decorations for Christmas or for Thanksgiving, I put those decorations in the attic. Okay. Some people use their attic as an extra room. Depending on where they live, you can finish your attic and make it like a game room or something like that. And a lot of people do that.
Very interesting. So it's big enough to turn it into a room that you can use to maybe play your games.
Yeah. Yep. The only problem is this is how it's shaped. So if you go over to the side, you know, you can't stand, obviously. But yeah, usually they're pretty big.
Have you ever seen a house where they used the attic and they turned it into a bedroom?
It's funny you asked me that. We lived in this huge house when I was younger, and the house was literally the shape of a big square. It was just a big square house. And the attic was huge, and it was the size of the whole entire house, shaped like this, of course, but it was so big. And we actually turned this attic space into a bedroom for me and my sister. So me and my sister, we shared this huge bedroom, and I remember we had a pool table in the bedroom because we just had the extra room. So actually, it's a really good option for a bedroom. Yeah.
You said pool table?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever played pool?
No, I think pool is something that you swim in.
No. You know what a pool table is. I promise you. It's the one where you have all the colorful balls, and then you have the one white ball.
I have played.
Yes, you've played it. It's called pool.
Is it somehow related to a swimming pool?
No.
Why do both situations use the word pool?
I don't know. I didn't invent the word. I have no idea. It just is that way.
You were not there when they decided this?
Exactly. I wasn't. If you can believe it, I wasn't there. I wasn't. But yeah, just remember, they're both called pool. I don't know why.
I am so happy that you watched the whole video. It would be awesome if you left a comment about it. I'll see you next time. Take care.